What's up, everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarian Productions. We're back again with another G.I. Joe action figure review. Today we're looking at the, I guess it is technically the Sigma 6 line. They're basically the 12-inch G.I. Joe line back from a couple of years ago. And this one is the Toxic Zartan figure. Now, I've not actually got a whole lot of these Sigma 6 line action figures. Actually, this is the first one. But I saw it the other day and it looked really awesome looking, and I've always loved Zartan, so I figured, this was a good one to start with here. So we're just going to unbox this thing today and take a look at it. The packaging itself, they kind of dropped the Sigma 6 line brand off of this particular packaging, so I guess with this wave of figures they kind of steered away from that for whatever reason. But it still comes on a nice big card box art thing here, with the infamous Kung Fu grip back on the sticker here. So yeah, on the side we get a couple of the other characters from the series. Some of the good guys: Wetsuit, High Tech, Shipwreck, and Lockdown. And the bad guys: Samurai, Storm Shadow. The back of the packaging has some of the action features and the infamous figure card, which is still cool here. The other side just has the weapons portfolio, which is still a nice touch. They did a really good job with the packaging on these things. So this one comes with a Toxo blaster, double-bladed sword, and a bio-sludge backpack. So yeah, this one is Toxic Zartan. The concept behind this is that he's always looking for new high-tech weapons, and he, I guess, decided to go into the biotech industry and kind of got into some bad stuff here, and it kind of turned him a little bit different shade of green, very reminiscent of how he used to, when you exposed him to sunlight, he would change skin tones. So it's a cool little holdover, but I'm more interested in the actual figure, so we're going to go ahead and unbox this thing and take a look at it. Again, this is the first of these larger figures that I've gotten. For whatever reason, they just didn't really appeal to me all that much when they were originally introduced. And actually just got a really good deal on this one, and decided to start and see what it was all about. So that's why we got it today. So I'll pull everything out, and for whatever reason there's a little pluggy thing. Card art on the back of this thing is just a really big cobra symbol, so that's kind of cool, but beyond that, not really much to worry with. Just a regular insert for the rest of this packaging thing, which is kind of nice, but not really much use to keep it anyways. Let's take a look at the instruction sheet. Not really a whole lot here. Just kind of shows the figure itself and all the accessories he's got. So, and then we got some action features on the back of this thing, which is pretty cool actually. So I'll set that to the side and get into this thing here. Looks like we've got a twisty tie holding this one thing in, and a couple rubber bands. So let's see if we can get them dealt with first. I've misplaced my cutters, so we're going to have to do this the hard way. So I'll apologize up front for this taking a couple extra minutes. They did a weird job with this twist tie thing. It's like they bent it back underneath itself or something here. And I'm just going to try to cut this. And it popped apart, so nice. And another twist tie on the figure. I really need to find those cutters. This is definitely a little bit more aggravating than it should be. There we go. And looks like the rubber band has already kind of broken off with age. So no big deal there. So we have this cool toxic gun thing here. Really nice job on the sculpt with it, and it does look really nice. Some of that rubber band coming off there. This cool backpack. Which looks like it actually does spray water as well. It's got like a pump action on it. So that's cool. We got this really awesome double-bladed sword. A really cool knife. Another really cool knife. If we can get this one out. Another cool knife. Some kind of helmet or there we go. Don't know what that is, some kind of helmet or chest piece, I don't know. We'll figure it out in a minute here. The actual figure. And a cool staff. So yeah, now we got everything out. Let's take a look at all this stuff and see what we got here. I guess let's start with the figure itself. See if I can zoom in here a little bit closer. There we go. Figure looks pretty cool. It's a little bit to be expected. The detail work is not all that detailed, I guess you would say. And we do have some of that rubber band still floating around here. But all in all, it looks pretty good. They got some nice detail work on his chest harness. Some nice shoulder pads, which are actually posable and they move around a little bit, which is cool. The plastic on his headpiece is pretty nice. It's kind of that flimsy plastic here, which is cool. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Some interesting stuff. We do have to check out this Kung Fu grip thing here, though. They've got his fingers on this spring-loaded thing, so you can kind of move it and grab it like that. And still pretty nice. I do like this green translucent stuff going on here. As far as articulation goes, the head does spin 360 degrees. And by doing so, we're popping off his shoulder pad there. But as you can see, it just fits into these little notches here. So it's Not that big a deal, just pop them back in place if that happens to you. Shoulder joint is a hinge and ball and swivel, sorry. Swivel and rocker at the elbow joint, which is nice. Then we've got a swivel and a rocker at the wrist as well. And this hand doesn't have the Kung Fu grip on it, just a swivel rocker combo thing there. His other hand, though, does have that cool Kung Fu grip, but also swivel and rocker, and so really nice. He does have the ab crunch feature here, which works really nicely. It doesn't swivel side to side, but just the front and back motion. But he does have a swivel at the waist. He's got the ball and swivel joint at the hips, so full range of motion there. Nice. He's got a single knee joint, but he also has a swivel at the knee here, so that's kind of cool. Then the ankle is just a simple rocker here. So all in all, not bad for articulation. Pretty impressed with that. I like the color scheme on this thing. It really pops really nicely anyways. The blue and black and white is a little odd, but it's a slightly different era of toys, so it's, I guess, to be expected here. So weapons wise, we've got this cool looking staff, which has a spout on the end of it, so I'm assuming you can squirt water through it as well. And I think that's kind of to be said for most of these things. Some of them anyways. So you can take the hose. Let's go over here. Let's look at this big gun here for a minute here. Some nice detail work in it. It's kind of made out of that soft, kind of flimsy plastic, so you don't really have to worry about breaking it or anything. But some nice detail work on here, and it is a water gun. You can see the tip on it there. The hose just pops off like so, and fits on there like that. And this hose itself is kind of interchangeable. So you can take this staff here and stick that on it, and you've got this staff that's a water pistol, I guess, which is kind of cool. The other end of the hose attaches here to the backpack, and this is where you would fill it up with water. If I can get it to attach. There we go. So you would dip this in water, press this button, suck as much water up as you can, and then to release it, you just do the same thing. You just press that button down and the water will squirt back out. So that's pretty cool. Nice little trick there. We've got these little pegs here. I guess that was supposed to go on the end of the sword. Maybe it just broke off. That makes sense. So you can technically attach any of the rest of these weapons to the end of that little peg. And then you've got a two-handed sword that has another blade on the bottom of it. So that's kind of a little cool concept there. Pretty nice. The sword, really cool looking. Has a couple of skulls on it. Very nice. This knife blade here, again, some nice detail work, but kind of basic, but still looks cool. This one has some nice hilt engravings and things like that, so very cool looking. The actual knives themselves look very much like they were based on some of the designs by Gil Hibben. Still cool though. And I still don't know what the devil this thing is. Does it say anywhere on here? Oh, okay. This fits over top of the cannon, like so, and is like a blast shield, I guess. Kind of interesting, but it looks about as good without it as it does with it, so I guess it's up to you as to whether or not you want to use that or not, but I'm probably not. The actual gun itself can fit in his hand thanks to that kung fu grip easily. And you can swap that out for any of the rest of these weapons as well. And he has no problem holding on to them. Unfortunately, he can only use one weapon at a time because his other hand is very much molded in place. So, any which way. On his back, he's got these 3 pegs which line up for his backpack. Or any of the rest of these weapons can also just peg in there as well. Which is a nice little feature here. But we're going to go ahead and attach the backpack since it looks pretty cool actually on him. Then any of the rest of these can just attach to any of the rest of these points that he's got, like on his side here. This one won't, but this one will. So you can attach the sword down there and pick one of the other knives and stick it on his other side. So we'll stick this one here. Then he's also got 2 pegs on his gauntlets, so you can stick his other knives on there. Which is kind of a cool feature. And then he can just carry around any of the rest of these weapons he wants. I was hoping there might have been an attachment here, so you could attach like this thing to the gun or something, but it doesn't look to be the case. So, and then there's not really any attachment points to add the staff or anything, so you just kind of have to stick it on there and hope it holds. We'll go ahead and give him his gun back. Let's attach the hose to it. Stick it in his hand. Swing the hose around to the back. Attach it to the water pump. That plastic is real flimsy, so it's kind of hard to get it started, but once you do, it just locks in place like that. And again, you can't carry this thing, but that's fine. I'll attach his cool sword on the backside, so there you go. That's pretty much what you get. All in all, it's a really cool actual figure. If you're into the 12-inch line, this would be a good one to pick up. Otherwise, probably not going to be worried too much about it, but it is a cool figure, and I really do like it. The sculpt itself is pretty nice. The design itself is really nice. I really do like the shoulder pads, the cool detail work that they put into Zartan's helmet here, as you can see, is really nice. So all in all, yeah, this is a cool figure. So I think these things go for, not a bad price right now. Around 20, 25 bucks, I think, is the going rate for these things. So yeah, I would probably say it's recommended to be picked up, especially if you're a Zartan fan. You can't pass it up. It is a really awesome design with the cool toxic sludge stuff going on everywhere. And overall, really nice concept. So yeah, pretty cool. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Drop some comments down below. Let us know what you think of this Toxic Zartan figure. If you got any special requests you'd like to see in the future, drop them down below as well. Till next time, Yo Joe.